Hello, Matt here, hope you're all well. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do more push-ups and get that chest, shoulders and arms working. That's whether you're an advanced push-up professional or whether you're a total beginner and can't do any. Okay, there's something for everyone in this video. We're going to be having a look at form first up, and then we'll divide the video into sections. So there'll be a beginner section where if you can't do any push-ups, or if you can do up to 9 push-ups, so it would be 0 to 9. You'll be classified as a beginner, not necessarily a scientific kind of number, but to give us an idea of where everyone's at. So 0 to 9, there's a beginner section, 10 to 19, intermediate section, and then 20 plus, you're in the advanced section. Okay, I'll post the times of all those sections underneath the video, so if you need to, you can just fast forward straight through. But first up, we're looking at form, and that's quite an important one, so I'd encourage everyone to look at that, then maybe fast forward to your relevant section. You can dip in and out of the others if you like. As I said, they're not scientific numbers, they're just to give you an idea of where the sections are kind of aimed. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at form. See you in a second. Right, hi there. We're looking at form. As you can see, I'm in my push-up position. I'm just going to run you through some of the mistakes I typically see when I'm working with clients. First one is kind of not going through full range of motion and just bouncing around a little bit like this. That's not push-up there. That is having a bit of fun and bouncing around. A push-up is a slow and controlled movement with the chest right down towards the floor and pushing back up. So all of this. Worth doing if you're not doing any other exercise, but if you're going to do a push-up, let's make sure we do it properly. So it's slow and controlled down, slow and controlled up. Second kind of mistake you often see is elbows flaring out. So you don't want your elbows out like this, because that puts a fair bit of strain through the elbow and shoulder there. You want to think about making an arrowhead almost with your elbows and your head, if that makes sense. So you're here, round about 45-degree angle, and down. So we don't want them out here, we don't want them tucked right in there, it's kind of in between 45-degree angle and up. Final one you often see is, particularly when you get under fatigue, is dipping with the hips. So you want to make sure you're keeping that body in a nice straight line and you're leading with your chest rather than your hips. A good way to do this is to actively squeeze here and squeeze your glutes throughout the movement so that body stays in a nice straight line. Okay, so you're here, squeeze the abs, squeeze your bum, nice and slow down, and push. Not this, which you see a lot of. If you can see, I'll turn side on for this bit. Here, you're here, nice and solid. Lead with your chest and push. Okay, so we're looking for that nice controlled stable form all the way through our push-ups if we can, not just cranking them out to hit a number. Okay, that gives you an idea of form and mistakes that I typically see. Now we're going to move on. Next section will be beginner section. Hello there, push-up beginners. Welcome to the world of push-ups. It's a wonderful place. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to get you doing more. So you're 0 to 9 reps at the moment. We'll bump that up reasonably quickly, hopefully, if you follow this kind of protocol. Okay, so first up, if you can't do any push-ups, I want to get you on your knees. So hands are here. You want to think about lengthening your torso, the distance between your torso and your knees, if that makes sense. So your knees go back, so you're not knees right under your chest, you're just going like that. Get those knees right back. And then it's exactly the same kind of process as if you're doing a full push-up. So it's chest right down and push. Further back you get your knees, the more body weight you'll be pushing. So try and get those knees right back, chest right down, back again. We're not allowing the elbows to flare out or anything like that. Crank out as many of those as you possibly can. If you can do up to 9 push-ups, you're into your standard push-up position, you're doing as many of those as you can. Okay, so up to 9. Okay, once you've done that, you rest for 1 to 2 minutes. Then you're into kind of a core unilateral movement that helps with push-ups overall. So you're going to be in a plank position. So you want your forearms down. Again, as I touched upon in terms of form in the beginning, you have to squeeze in your abs, squeeze your glutes and keep that body in a nice straight line. From there, with one hand, you take yourself and you push yourself up into a push-up position and then back down into a plank. And then you go with the other hand, push up and down. Again, nice and controlled through the movement. Doesn't need to be fast. And again, you're maxing out on them, alternating hands each time. Then you rest for 1 to 2 minutes and you're into your final push-up variation, if you like, into a shoulder tap. So you're into the push-up position. From there, try to minimize the rotation. So we tap the shoulder, down, tap the shoulder, and down. Tap, and down, tap. Good, and keep working through all the way there, as many as you can on that. So you've got, essentially, task 1. Do as many conventional push-ups or knee push-ups as you possibly can. Take 1 to 2 minutes rest. Then you do your plank to push-up, as many reps as you can. 1 to 2 minutes rest. And then you go with the shoulder taps, as many as you can. 1 to 2 minutes rest. Times 3, if you can. Look to do that 2 or 3 times a week. And then you should find that your number of push-ups that you're doing at the start increases kind of quite swiftly. Hopefully that makes sense. Any questions, let me know. And now I'm going to move on to the intermediate section. Hello, you lovely intermediate push-uppers. Here we are with your training protocol to get you doing some more push-ups. So if you're here watching this, you should be able to do 10 to 19 repetitions of push-ups. Again, not a scientific number necessarily, but just to give you a gauge of where we're aiming the kind of training idea. First exercise you've got is a maximum push-up. So you get down, standard stuff. Bang, bang. Maintain that form all the way through. You do your 10 to your 19. Okay, however many you've got in the locker. Take 1 to 2 minutes rest, and then we go on to a push-up variation called a diamond push-up. So a little bit more focus on the triceps at the back of the arm here. Triceps are obviously a much smaller muscle than the chest, so it can be a limiting factor when you're doing your standard push-ups. The stronger we can make here, the less tired they become, the less they become a limiting factor on the number of push-ups you can do. Okay, so you get your hands into a diamond position like that. So you can see my thumb and fingers are making a diamond. Place that on the floor, pop yourself into a push-up position, and then it's exactly the same kind of drill as a normal push-up, except you've got those triceps working over time on this one. So you're down and push, down and push. One more, down and push. So you max out on those, as many as you can possibly do. Then you rest for 1 to 2 minutes. Then your final one is a staggered push-up. So it's a little bit more shoulder in this one, a little bit more unilateral work. So if you've got one side that's less strong than the other, it might help minimise that imbalance and help you in your overall push-up. So you're going to have one hand slightly forward, one hand slightly back, like that, in a conventional push-up position or otherwise. And you're going to go down and push, switch hands, down and push. Again, we don't want those elbows to flare out too much, so keep them reasonably at a 45-degree angle. Push, down and push. Just one more there. Down, push. Lovely, good. Max out on those. So you've gone through 3 exercises, you max out, take 2 minutes rest, then go again. You want a total of 3 sets, 2-3 times a week. And what you should find then, similar to what I said with the beginners, is the number of max push-ups that you could do slowly starts to creep up, and then you'll find yourself in the advanced section, which we will look at now. Hello, you lovely advanced people. This one's going to be a lot of fun and games, a bit of power and stuff involved in this one. Okay, so we've got 3 push-up variations for you to try to boost your overall number of push-ups. What you'll need to do is have a test day. So one day, just crank out as many push-ups as you possibly can. Good form, of course. Don't just crank them out for the sake of a number. Get that number and use that as your barometer to hit when you do another test day later on after you've followed this training protocol. Okay, so we'll need to have that number as a benchmark, a test, to make sure we're getting those gains for you. Okay, first push-up variation we're going to look at is an in-out plyometric push-up. So you're here, all about power, this one. Standard push-up position. When you come down, you power yourself up and out. Bend the elbows as you land, and then up. Maxing out there, okay? Key thing here is force generation, power. Trying to get you up off the floor as much as you possibly can, elicit as much force as you possibly can. Getting that movement in and out, so you're working different muscle groups slightly. So when you're in, you're a little bit more tricep. When you're out, you're a little bit more chest and shoulders. Being able to elicit that force will mean the conventional push-up then becomes more simple. Okay, so you've got a little bit more well, literally a little bit more strength in there for you for when you do your normal push-ups. Then you go to another plyometric push-up variation, which is a staggered plyometric push-up. So one hand slightly forward, one hand slightly back. We touched upon these in the intermediate section, but this time we add it with a twist because you advanced people need a bit more stimulus. I'm going to go from here, down, power up, hand switch, power up, hand switch, pop, 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 pop. Good. Again, you're maxing out there. 1 to 2 minutes rest, and then you're going to do the burner, the kicker, slow push-up. Okay. That's literally what it sounds like. Okay, we're looking for time under tension on this, a little bit more endurance focused. So we've got your force production through the plyometric versions, and now we're looking for endurance based so you don't get too tired when you're going on your conventional push-ups. So you're in here, classic push-up position. From there, it's slow, slow, slow on the way down. Slow, 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 slow. Really inching down. Get to the bottom of the movement and then inch back up. Slow, 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 slow. And then repeat until failure. Okay, that's your training protocol. So you've got your in-out push-up, max out in terms of reps, take 1 to 2 minutes rest. You then into your plyometric staggered push-up, max out, 1 to 2 minutes rest. You're then in a slow push-up, max out until you fail. Then take a proper rest, 2 to 3 minutes. Then you go for 3 rounds in total of that. Okay, 2 to 3 times a week. And what you should find then, 2 to 3 weeks of training, go back when you're nice and fresh, so not straight after a training day, to a test day where you do max number of conventional push-ups, and you should hopefully see that that number has bumped up a little bit. Okay, any questions, you give me a shout, let me know. Let me know how you get on. So there you have it, my good push-uppers. There is some good information for you, some good training protocols to boost that number of push-ups and you elicit a little bit more strength through the chest, shoulders, arms, core engagement in there as well. It's a great exercise. One you can do at home, no kit required, which in these times is a bonus as well. Hope it helps. Any questions, give me a shout, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you for the next one. Take care.